So you were showing us a death sequence.
Yeah.
Are we getting this again, or are you gonna kick him? Oh. That is fucking great.
Sneaky git.
Autobiographical, that happened to Yahtzee.
Out cold but uninjured, besides the massive bruise on her face where I kicked her with my feet.
What do 2 feet like as well? That was like a kangaroo boot. She's unconscious. She probably has a concussion. Girls don't like concussions.
Well, apparently we haven't done enough permanent damage.
I hope not. I don't know, man. Concussions, they ain't good.
And now we're going to rifle through her possessions. Tee-hee.
That's fucking... I mean,
Well, I've always established Trilby as a sort of amoral character. I mean, he's haunted, but that doesn't mean he's less of a dick sometimes. Understand. He's now sort of gained some perspective, and he's no longer like a self-righteous, robbing the rich kind of guy, but he is still kind of ruthless. That's his character.
Yeah, he's fucking ruthless. He just kicked a woman in the face.
Well, he didn't know it was
probably just trying to...
Yeah, read aloud, like a twat. Maybe she'll wake up and find you rifling through her possessions.
This'll calm her down. I'm gonna leave a note. Sorry I accidentally kicked you in the face. Because I've accidentally elbowed girls like rolling around in bed before, and that, you know, you have to apologize a lot.
Yeah. Well, I guess it'll be wasted on her now.
Yeah.
She's unconscious.
I mean, I've never accidentally knocked a girl out, though.
Okay, the bizarre story surrounding the crate. Bloody, bloody, blah.
Okay, so it's the crate.
A strange young man brought an expensive-looking harpsichord to the dockyards and insisted it be smashed up and the wood used for something else.
Of course, the old haunted harpsichord routine.
Well, it's going to go back even further than that. But okay, we're on the harpsichord stage of its existence.
So harpsichords are made of wood, the wood's made of trees. It was a tree that we used to get hung from.
He refused to leave until the instrument had been destroyed.
Maybe it was the keys. Maybe someone played a spooky
when
melody.
Pressed for his name, identified himself as Jack Freehorn. Now, we have actually seen the name Freehorn somewhere before. So yeah, this is a pair of 17th century dandies.
Yeah. In the Flemish.
Yeah.
I like the harpsichord.
It's a nice harpsichord. So now we're an idle, like, noble's son.
I love like every male character in your things is a disappointment to their dad.
Probably says a lot, doesn't it?
It really does. You and your silly obsession with things I don't understand, video games.
Yeah, we're an idle noble's son who's obsessed with the occult, who's bought a harpsichord because there have been weird stories around it.
It's a spooky harpsichord.
The keys have been carved from centuries-old English oak.
And that's good answer, Dad.
That's not his dad. That's his friend he lives with. And it's his gay lover. It's heavily implied, and that's the case.
Just sigh, what have you bought this time? You know that's my money you're spending.
So, 200 years ago, it was part of a wall.
Okay.
The wall of an inn in Wales.
Alright.
Called the Unicorn.
Please remember, it's where we met. I know your little tricks. You do this to me all the time. I'm going out. I'm done with this. I'm done with this conversation.
He can't go out. He hasn't got his best wig on.
This is his smart casual wig.
So, yeah. Jack Freehorn heard weird occult stories surrounding the Unicorn Inn and managed to find some materials from its original structure in the harpsichord. Strange noises, sudden madness, inexplicable deaths. All that good stuff. And they're all still getting their dandy talk on.
This curiosity for all things ungodly is what keeps us together, Wilbur.
The thing about the world of the Chzo Mythos, it's a world without banisters.
It just didn't get invented.
There was one in 5 Days a Stranger. I just, for some reason, had a blind spot for banisters out this whole game. Oh, the scary harpsichord tune. Now, this is like the connecting melody between a lot of the tracks in the Chzo Mythos that Mark Lovegrove made. And the basis of this melody is the phrase 5 Days a Stranger as a sort of like said in a sort of melodious way. 5 days a stranger, like that.
Okay.
So,
who is Mark? Well, is he does he do
he was a guy who
stuff
used
for
to hang
game
around.
dev, or just is he?
He was a guy who used to hang around the AGS forums just like I did. He made a lot of music for people's games.
Oh, okay. Does he do anything professionally these days? Might we know his work? Is there something you can promote for him? Hey, check out Mark. He's great.
I'm not sure. I haven't spoken to him in a while. Not sure what he's doing now. Maybe look him up, people.
Find him on LinkedIn.
There's a flintlock pistol on the table. Get out to see what bastard is playing our harpsichord. That candle is one of many artful methods I've used to avoid having to animate swinging arms.
And the other one that just doesn't.
See now, Jack recognizes the tall man.
He's the one that convinced him to be gay.
He's not that evil.
Sodomy. Well, I thought that the tall man thing was like a minor, like it was just in the background, but yeah.
No, the tall man's the center of this game.
Yeah.
Got a knack for disguising himself as people just before they get booted the fuck out.
Well, you just gay murdered Wilbur. So, good job there.
Now he's gonna talk his way to death. Or not.
Or... They really did rip you off with that Slender Man.
Man, I know, right?
Thieves. But I suppose, how much of this did you steal? So,
I made...
creativity is just one long cycle of theft.
Well, to be honest with you, the design for the tall man is quite heavily inspired by the design of a monster from Blood 2 The Chosen, an otherwise fairly shitty game, but the design of this one monster kind of intrigued me.
He does have a pinheady quality to him, and this whole thing kind of has a Clive Barkerish.
I think it was the Zealot. The monster was called a Zealot. It was like this sort of cult leader wizard type guy.
Look that up. What game was it again?
Blood 2 The Chosen.
Blood 2 The Chosen Zealot. Have a peek. So I'm just going to look at my phone while Yahtzee...
Okay, so now we know that before the wood was an idol, it was a crate. Before it was a crate, it was a harpsichord. And before it was a harpsichord, it was a wall of an inn in Wales.
The Welsh.
And yes, coincidentally, there's something in the Clanbromwyn Hotel relating to it. Because, it's... and Siobhan's disappeared. Because it's like a, Cosmic Conflux, July 28th, the date that connects all these things.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Found a Zealot?
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. So that's what Slenderman ripped off me, and I ripped off that.
Oh, yeah, pretty much identical, except he's got like a sort of crescent moon sickle.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, well, it's still like sort of a trademark staff weapon. Tall Man's got his own trademark staff weapon thing. So the victim 3 was Jack Freehorn, and his name is actually mentioned as Freehorn in the books.
Yeah.
Because Freehorn is a significant figure, because he devoted himself to the Tall Man at that point.
So he became like an acolyte.
He founded something called the Order of Blessed Agonies, and we'll be hearing more of that later in the series.
Travelers in the realms of experience.
We have such sights to show you and all that. So, yes.
We have such gift shops to take you to see.
Now we have to find something relating to the Unicorn Inn. It was in the antique room.
That is something I'd love to see. Like, just... After a while, like, the modern world seems particularly pliable to Pinhead's sort of seduction techniques, so everyone starts going to this universe, and it gets really commercial, and it starts to piss him off.
Like, yeah, he's got to build a car park.
Fucking kids around and shit.
Do make sure you remember what bay you were parked in.
You are in Butterball section.
Hey, it's Lenkman.
Oh, not anymore, it isn't. Away he goes.
Lenkman opened this door for us. How nice of him.
Oh, more corpses.
Yep, what do you expect?
I don't know.
limbs arranged oddly from spasms of agony. And there's bloody handprints on the inside of the oven there. Nice.
Reminds me of that thing in Resident Evil when the zombie bursts out of the big oven and attacks you and he's on fire. And you can go look at the oven after that and he just says, what was he doing in there?
Yeah, I remember that. Whoops, pills have stopped working.
Oh no!
The decay of the alternate hotel has spread either to me or the pills.
The marijuana.
Now the whispering stops because I can't play 2 ambient sounds at the same time in AGS. But the floor's covered in beetles. Now I'll just save.
They look like they eat skin.
Do they? I don't believe you.
That one just kind of got on his foot, and it didn't really, like, the rest of it didn't really demonstrate.
Well,
like, I can imagine what happened, but the rest of it
the wound started bleeding immediately. So it was like, ow, he's biting my ankle off. So now we drop the meat that we picked up.
Oh yeah, Trilby gonna drop some meat.
Oh yeah.
Now you run across.
Drop the meat.
That's bass.
Oh yes, in the corner of the room there's a puddle of water.
It's pee.
The liquid was having a strange effect on a nearby corpse. You'll notice
No, it's
there's a sort of
revitalizing it.
skinned corpse, like trying to crawl away from the beetle area, and the hand in the water has been revitalized.
Yeah, so it's like Holy Grail water.
This is like a hint that we're in the larger ethereal realm rather than a totally evil dimension, and there are forces besides evil ones around us. So there's this weird rejuvenating water here for no reason.
I'd take a sip. Yeah.
Not like a scrabbling thing in my mind like the chisel or the painting, but more like a beckoning siren.
Come here, taste this. Come here, taste this.
Not that kind of siren. Yeah, Trilby forgotten his hygiene instincts. So now, just scoop some water into the pill bottle and the pills will work again. Hooray.
Is there anything else? What's that little light? Nothing?
Well, it's a... Okay.
Dun dun, success.
Look, bottle, not wine bottle.
I suppose,
Yeah, we can't take it until we have a reason to take it. It's that kind of puzzle.
I don't like those puzzles.
I know. I'd love to know what he does.
What a well-appointed kitchen.
And this kitchen's not dissimilar to the one in a Galaxy of Fantabulous Wonderment either.
You bit.
Well,
I love it when the character just disagrees.
well, this isn't a day's game, so it's only been 1 day so far, so we're not hungry yet.
Open fridge. No, fuck you. You're a character in my game.
Oh, not Trilby. It's you. I've seen Siobhan. Last time I saw her, she was on the far end of my leg.
Yeah. She wanted to touch my no-no area.
And Trilby's losing patience of keeping up the facade.
Yeah.
So stop being such a jolly git.
Hello. It's okay.
Please keep your fairy stories in the playroom where they belong. Because Abed's not been agitated by anything yet, so he hasn't seen the alternative hotel.
Calm.
He's completely oblivious.
It really is just a metaphor for anxiety disorder.
Unicorn. Yes, the shingle just happens to be here.
Oh, is that a unicorn?
Mystical conflux, not plot hole. We're going to the Elizabethan period now. Who knew this would be educational as well as fun?
Learn about history and science and stuff. Yahtzee's educational horror games. You should make a series of educational horror games. Like violent, just like
educational horror game.
Yeah.
This is what the world's like. Get used to it, kids.
You are meaningless.
I'd say Condemned was that kind of educational horror game. This is gritty realism. Well,
welcome to the future.
Parts of
Smash a hobo.
Parts of it were, anyway.
Feral hobos roam the streets.
If you're not familiar with the term, shingle is one of them dangling signs that old-fashioned businesses have.
Huh. I knew it as a roofing tile and as an adult form of chickenpox.
Well, now you know it's a third thing.
There we go.
Touch shingle.
You don't want to do that if you have the shingles.
Not that kind of shingle.
I haven't had that because I had chickenpox when I was a kid, but apparently it fucking sucks.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Touch the unit. Touch it, feel weird. And we're in an Elizabethan inn.
Hello.
Owen Somerset. We've heard that name before.
Have we? Who was Owen?
Well, we've heard Somerset before.
Alright.
As in Dr. Jonathan Somerset. As in you're not really Dr. Jonathan Somerset. As in I just wanted to go into space.
I just wanted to go into taverns.
Faith, 'tis an evil storm that blights the sky tonight. Aye. Yep, Owen's costume is the result of more research on my part.
Oh, I looked it up in images. A little bit of research. Oh yeah, there we are. 1558 to 1603.
Yeah.
Historians often depict it as the golden age of English history. That's a weird... Like, I wouldn't consider the 1500s really the golden age of much.
Look at my little cloak. Look at my little cloak that I've got.
I mean, I'm sure there's some nice stuff about it, but, you know, I like toilets that flush, where the poo goes away.
About... Yeah, there's really only one thing you can talk to the innkeeper about.
Titties?
No.
Shit.
About the inn itself.
Oh.
This innkeeper's kind of jaded, it seems.
It's like me when I was working at Manabar.
There is a
Place is
curse
cursed.
on his head.
Go away. No, you can't have anything. Fuck off.
There was a hotkey for like bringing up the thing we just typed. That was it, F3.
Ah.
Which was the same as it was in Sierra games. I just wanted to like hope other people remembered that as well.
I wouldn't have.
The inn was built by his dad.
Is his dad cursed? Okay.
From the wood of a fallen oak on an island north of here. An island in Wales.
In the center of it. There's a lake in the center of it, and then in the center of the lake there's an island. What was the, okay.
No, the fact is that the Clan Bronwyn Hotel is on an island in Wales. So perhaps there's a reason why all these things are confluxing around it.
Ley lines. It's just where Nutty just converges on Earth.
Again. Yeah, we just have to keep asking the same thing to continue the conversation, because I wanted to add the semblance of interactivity to
That's
a lengthy
balls.
exposition scene.
That is balls. I'm telling you right now, that is balls.
Yeah, I was running out of ideas for puzzles at this point.
It's not even a puzzle.
Because you don't really do inventory puzzles in the past, because when you press tab, it just says, how could I, Trilby, have known what Owen was carrying?
I don't know, the same way you can ask fucking questions, you butthole, you can probably check your pockets.
Yeah, we have little patience for fables, of course.
I do not like the fanciful stories.
Yes, we're going to spend the night in a haunted house.
I'm tired of these shenanigans. The house isn't haunted, you just use that as a cover to sneak into guests' rooms and try and diddle them.
I didn't do much, beyond the first line where he says faith, I didn't do much checking to make sure the language was legit.
I honestly wouldn't worry about that.
In terms of Middle English.
Like, when Deadwood was being made, they had this idea to like have all the language era-specific.
They talked really weird in Deadwood, didn't they?
Well, the thing was, if they'd made the language era-specific, they would have all really sounded like Yosemite Sam.
Yeah.
And it just would have, the effect would have been just comical.
Darn it.
Yeah, or just like swears like that weren't really that much part of the language at the time.
Sleepy, sleep, sleep.
And again, like, you know, Middle English, especially when you're going back to around like Shakespearean era, it's an uncomfortable read.
So now there's...
Fart gas.
The smoke is rising up through the floorboards.
Oh, okay. I thought this room came with jiggly thing.
Owen's face looks kind of like Trilby's.
It looks like a rectangle with dots. Hey!
Hey, there's a fire here.
You're not meant to be in here. Go outside, fire.
Oh, I forgot I needed something.
There is an inventory puzzle.
Well, I'm going back to bed.
Fuck it.
Fucking fire.
It'll keep me warm. Of course, for comfort.
Yes. And
okay, so can we wet it?
I can... Well, it's already sweaty because we've been sleeping with it.
Okie dokie. Yeah, that'll throw the flammable thing on the fire. Oh, it's the dude.
That doesn't seem like the tall man's style, just to light a guy on fire.
This was... He was an amateur. Like, this was back... That went right through to the butt. Blood came out of the butt. I want to point that out.
Yeah.
That was butt blood.
He was impaled right down from the top. Must have been hard to get it perfectly straight like that.
He's probably had a lot of practice.
From a tree on an island? Could that have been Clan Bronwyn Island, where we currently are?
All I can think is Clan Bronwyn Bishop Island, and that just makes too much sense.
And we have no other leads.
Ta-da! Okay, the trail ends here. Game over. Going home. Good night, everybody.
Yeah. Oh, it's a letter from Lenkman.
Thanks, Lenkman.
Go to the roof if you wish to proceed.
I'm not going to try and shove you off.
The innkeeper. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. Yeah, he built his house from the wood of the tree, and the prince came to him and struck them down, and they knew the name of the king.
Alright, so it's a scary tree.
Okay, the prince is saying that the tree is made of the wood that is his soul.
And the tree came from a meteor. There are aliens.
Right. Now then.
To the roof!
Well, before we go to the roof, we have to collect some objects. Because, okay, I won't go all the way over there to show you, but the roof door is locked in the real world. And in the evil world, there's a torso nailed to it. A weird porcelain torso, missing arms and a head. Missing arms, legs, and a head.
So we have to find those bits.
Yes, we have to find 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head around the hotel. And speaking of heads... And he's staring at a disembodied porcelain head on the bar in front of him.
Okay. Take head. Get head.
May I borrow that head, Professor? Yeah, he's getting drunk now. He thinks we took Siobhan away.
Don't worry, we kicked Siobhan in the face. She loves you now.
It's okay, we didn't fuck her, we just booted her unconscious. We kicked her to death.
My tastes are very specific. I like kicking women in the face in a fit of sexual anxiety.
Nothing here but beer and spirits, wretched filth. Go find me some wine. Then will be the very best of friends.
Look, if you're trying to get a drink on, don't bitch about spirits. Like, fuck you, drink your spirits like a man. And some wine. Cardigans cutting off the blood to your head.
Well, he's just a refined sort of guy, I guess.
Yeah, the kind of refined gentleman who wants to get shit-faced plastered staring at a head.
Yeah, he's going to stare at the head and imagine it's a lady. And then he's going to kiss it.
He's going to kiss it. I love you.
Yeah, now that we've had that conversation, we can pick this up.
Now the wine matters.
Gonna give wine to a drunk academic. We're enabling this guy.
Drunk historian 5,000.
Oh, bollocks.
Oh, look, it's that convenient game mechanic. Oh, I see. Very clever.
Well, this isn't very horror-y. Oh, our bed's gone.
God damn it.
Now, where's he gone? Now, I'll give you a clue. He was getting agitated there, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. So he's finally gone to the sad dimension.
Yep. Seems like it's unusual that we've survived this long in the other world.
Into the dark.
Apparently,
hotel.
Trilby was growing fond of him. I'm not sure that came across.
It did not.
Yeah, Trilby's getting emo about it.
My emotions. Woe is me. I will talk to you.
This is actually a valid question, and it might be relevant. Why isn't Trilby being killed here?
Because the king wants him to be like a new acolyte or something. Or there's a blood relation issue.
Yeah, stick more to the first possibility.
Yeah, well, that was generally where my attitude was going.
So we've got the head. So, yeah, all the rest of the body parts are in the normal world, I think. Oh, there's... Hey! Boop! We've been getting these insanity effects quite reliably. Doesn't usually happen that reliably.
They're getting a bit humdrum now.
Now we've got a leg. Now we've got another leg.
Where were these legs? They were just there now.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've just shown up.
Alright.
Because we're at the stage of the game where they show up.
Fantastic.
And there's an arm.
There's a hand.
Just for completeness sake, let's try to leave the hotel in the nice world.
The two eternal darkness.
What a lovely day.
Look at all those holes. The two eternal darkness insanity effects I actually really liked were the fake controller disconnected line. And the deleting your save.
Yeah. Or there was the one where they've got insects crawling over the screen.
That was, yeah, I forgot about that one. The deleted save actually sort of got me, though.
Yeah. And the one that got me was where it pretended like the volume was going down, like someone was sitting on the remote.
See, that didn't get me because our TV didn't display the volume like that, so...
Oh, for God's sake.
Take a pill. Take a chill pill. And return to the happy hotel.
Now...
Maybe just stuffed a pill down Abed's neck hole. He'd get better.
I think the last porcelain doll limb is in our room.
Is there anything
haven't been in yet.
In the game that would kind of indicate the location of these?
No, but there's a limit on where you can go.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, it's not like they were very well hidden. Or really hidden at all.
No.
I mean, I suppose getting the head was a bit of a challenge if, that required actual puzzles solving, but the other ones were just sort of around.
Please.
Oh, there it is.
What?
Manacles, help me. Father, maybe can you run around him? Is he gonna kill you? Oh, no.
No. More insanity effects. We're losing our goddamn mind.
Oh.
Well, that's the lot.
Don't want to make me a girlfriend. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
What a professional we are.
Professional what, Trilby? You don't even do your thing you did anymore.
Oh, yeah. And Trilby doesn't like television. And after Defoe Manor, he dislikes it even more.
Yeah, because Defoe Manor was TV's fault.
Well, if they didn't have so much crappy reality television, perhaps people wouldn't get trapped in wraith-haunted houses. Oh, we need to be in the other world, don't we?
Drink your soda.
Slurp. Drink some Jolt. Ready for action.
Good old Jolt. I like Jolt. Jolt's probably the only energy drink I actually enjoy. Yeah. Bringing it back. Bringing it back.
Yes, thank you.
Maybe someone wanted her back. Oh, might that be about Siobhan? Doop. Doop.
This is a very Silent Hilly puzzle.
Yes, it is.
Perhaps it's symbolic of Trilby's inability to save the women in his life. The ones he don't condemn to death, he kick boots in the face.
What kind of ridiculous locking mechanism is this? Good fucking question. Good question, Trilby.
Now we're back in the real world.
Doop, doop.
And the door should open.
How'd Lankman get on the other side of this?
Through ministry powers.
His jetpack.
What a nice view.
Huh.
There's the village. No chance of making a distress signal.
What with, Trilby? What with?
With our fancy hat.
I'll send out a hat signal.
So there's a note under a stone. But touching the stone sets us off on a flashback to the 16th century now.
I hit it with a fucking axe, and then I won.
Yeah, he must have been in it all day. Look at that. One wonders where the rest of it is.
Biceps!
I guess it landed out of shot.
What do I expect to do again? Just as well I cut it down.
Yeah. Well, as long as it doesn't rot. Another character with a dodgy relationship with their dad.
Shut up, Puff.
I think this is the shortest flashback of the lot. Well, it might be this big staff in my back.
Fatality!
Okay.
Throw stone. Hey! You fucking look.
Oi, you bastard.
Huh? Where am I? Gone into the
Hey,
afternoon.
behind you.
Sorry for kicking you in the face.
Yeah, she got agitated because we kicked her in the face, so she shifted as well.
After you knocked me out in my room.
Yeah, been there, sister. Yeah, his name's Steve.
Yes, he's actually not such a bad guy once you get to know him. He's
Yeah, he lent me his car the other week.
yeah.
Steve and me are tight. How did you get past the doll? What doll? Ooh. Oh, here we go again.
Jesus Christ.
Why don't you just push her away with one hand on her forehead?
I'll only hurt you.
So we've given her our pills so she can... So we made a sacrifice so that she might be safe. Stop.
Oh, good.
Did you just yawn audibly? Am I gonna have to smack a bitch?
I'd be surprised if you get your legs up to kick me in the face.
Come on, this is the good game from the series. People like this one. Are you not intrigued?
I think it's delving too much into a...
Well, perhaps it's because I'm playing and you're not experiencing it as naturally as others would.
That must be it. I mean, I think lacking some of the sound and stuff as well is probably
Yeah.
injuring it a little bit.
Victim 1, the woodcutter.
Oh, so he was the first.
Yeah, we knew all of this.
Sounds-
Blah, 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 yeah. I stabbed up a bloke, ha, ha, ha.
What's your problem, tall, skinny dude? Like,
He's just got a problem with people messing about with the wood of the tree that is his soul.
okay.
Don't go around making him the weird one just because of that.
Duh, you don't cut down someone's soul tree. You think haven't.
Yeah, you're not.
God.
Yeah. You
Alright,
killed.
so
You killed that man. Oh, why are you making this all about me? You ever consider maybe you're the asshole here?
Yeah, read about soul trees. So we're getting close to the end game. Like,
Yeah.
it feels. Yeah, I was gonna say it feels.
Yeah, the last letter said go to the basement.
Doo 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 doo. Was that where the bugs were?
Yeah. But I think they'll have moved along now.
Yeah. Well, you gave them some meat.
Oh, I'll probably have finished that by now. Well, they've all pissed off.
Well, that's why they moved on.
And there's a slightly larger hole here than there was last time we looked. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, enter the hole. Type enter hole. Oh, it's the gamepad of destiny. Nope, it's a tree. Oh.
Yeah, this is the center of the reality shift. It's in a constant state of flux.
Oh. Flux.
This is it. This is the tree where it all came from. The inn, the harpsichord, the ship's crate, and the idol that's caused all that trouble.
Touch it.
Touch stump, get dizzy.
Some kind of
55 BC, no less. Cambronwen Peninsula, not an island yet.
damn you, global warming.
Cabadath, a Celtic druid. And this is more history. Anglesey was invaded by the Roman general Suetonius Paulinus. Cabadath is considered a radical by his fellow druids, and he lives in isolation at the end of the peninsula.
Fundamentalist druids.
Well, it's more that Cabadath's less about nature and healing and more about summoning demons.
Yeah, that's...
Okay, so the Romans are wrecking shit up.
Oh, good at that point in history.
Yeah, they wrecked all kinds of shit up.
Reading about, like, just them versus the Carthaginians is always great.
Cabadath is up for a Barney, though.
Shabadoo's gonna summon him a demon.
Yeah, he is planning a solution to deal with the Roman invasion.
I bet Kratos is running around here somewhere.
An otherworldly territory populated by demons and creatures of magic with a K.
That makes it special.
That's how you know it's evil magic.
That's the intellectual version of it.
Yeah.
Not your coins behind ears nonsense.
And all druids walk with their hands behind their arms, again, to avoid arm swinging animations. But it's because they're all so learned, you see.
Mm.
And there's that symbol again.
Hand swinging distracts the mind.
A beast of awesome power.
Unflappable.
So, Cabadath doesn't see any flaws in this plan. He's going to summon a pain elemental. He's going to summon the most powerful demon in the ethereal realm to fight off the Romans. And then presumably they'll just go, well, thanks a bunch.
Yeah,
off
just
you
go
go.
away after that.
You go on your way. Okay, guys. Thanks for showing me your world. It was nice. Yes, they're establishing this is the day when the barrier between the realms is weak, and this is... And the entity on the other side glimpses our realm, and this is the point when he can be summoned.
Pre-July.
1st of May, well.
It always ends well.
Yeah. So
is he still in the same sort of outfit, or is he gonna show up and just nude? 'Cause I don't know, like I don't think Pain Elemental should wear clothes.
Well, we'll see. Right. Now, this summoning ritual is quite reminiscent of the summoning ritual Trilby used to summon John Defoe's ghost back to his corpse at the end of 5 days.
I killed my own child.
Chzo, as in the Chzo Mythos.
Okay.
Now you see. Now you see.
Do you see? Come on, you by your true name. Cheesehole.
Chzo.
Cheesehole. Come, Cheesehole. Oh, look.
Yeah, this is very Eternal Darkness-y.
Peekaboo! It's larger than I anticipated.
Oh, I spelled magic without a K there. I guess we used the wrong kind of magic. Shit!
My bum! No! No! Bad touch. No! Fuck no! I'm not getting anywhere near that.
So yes, Chzo took Cabadath.
Alright. And then it turns him into... So what's the tall skinny dude's name? It's gotta be Cabadath.
Well, now we know.
There we
The tall skinny dude is Cabadath. His soul was placed in a tree so he would be immortal and could suffer in anguish for eternity to feed his dark new master.
How does having your soul put in a tree do that?
Because that's how a lich works. Like in Harry Potter, you put your soul into something other than yourself, and you can live forever. That's a lich.
Yeah, why is the tree the suffering part? And trees can fall down. Like, I mean, surely the chisel.
Well, this is an English oak. English oak can be centuries old. And anyway, even after it was cut down, the wood still had his soul in it.
Yeah, lightning and bushfires.
So he was immortal, but the torture caused his body to be stretched and his mind to break completely.
That's fair. Chzo's probably got some nutty shit he can do to a body.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's a pain elemental. He wants all kinds.
Yeah. Sneaky cheese hole.
This is actually related to the whole blessed agonies thing. The various different kinds of pain with which to feed their master Chzo.
Nipple pain, eye pain, ball pain, shame pain.
Hangnails. That pain where you get kicked in the balls, but then you sort of feel it in your stomach as well.
Yeah, you're not sure if it's coming, like the slow burn ball pain.
Yeah.
I'd want to be the pain god of stubbed toes. Like, that'd suit me to the ground. I just, like, sort of, I'm invisible, but I can kind of just shove boxes and, like, coffee tables just out a little bit.
Lenkman's suddenly took on a weird sort of monologue-y tone of voice.
Infusing the poor retard. I like that. I love my poor retards infused with chamomile.
So, Chzo created John Defoe as an entity blending magic and technology, halfway between one realm and the other, so that it can act as the bridge keeper, the bridge between the realms. Oh, Lenkman's had loyalties other than what we knew. Lenkman's a member of the Order of Blessed Agonies.
Langman probably should have been in the game a little more.
Yeah, well, he was the guy who was leaving you all those notes.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You got a couple of notes directly from him. Like, he gave you the pills. So yeah, Freehorn formed the Order, and in the modern day, Lenkman is an acolyte.
Yeah.
And it mentioned Trilby. Trilby is prophesized as the one who will guide the Bridgekeeper to his destiny.
I don't wanna.
In destroying Defoe Manor, he destroyed Defoe's body, but he had to destroy his mind and his soul to create the bridge. You see?
Okay.
So the idol wasn't destroyed, but we know that it will get destroyed, just not for about 400 years.
Everything's a bit out of whack.
Yeah.
So
where's
the mind then in 400 years?
Since they knew, well, this will be dealt with in the rest of the series.
Oh, so there's more.
Yeah, there's one more game, 6 Days of Sacrifice, in which like the mind is dealt with. But in this case,
it's a Rubik's Cube that solves itself.
Yeah, so that's why we were picking up all those religious texts.
I was like, no, those leaflets never work.
And Trilby's just been stabbed.
Well, shit happens.
And I immediately fell unconscious, so I wouldn't have to animate Trilby being dragged around or anything else. Lengman's got pattern baldness. What a dork.
The baldness that just screams baldness.
Yeah, so we're losing blood.
I need that. Boop.
Suddenly talking like the Riddler from the Arkham games. After your staggering ineptitude...
I'm smarter! Yeah.
Okay, so Lenkman is going to try to permanently summon the tall man to the real world.
That would be kind of funny, because he seems to take it slow. Like, imagine that just happening. It's like, well, there's an unkillable tall dude just murdering everybody in England. He seems to be making his way to France now. Huh.
So, he's doing a ritual in which he offers the life of Trilby to the tall man. And then the tall man will kill Trilby. But Trilby is dying. But Lenkman is confident he will not die soon enough.
Okay.
This is a hint for the final puzzle.
Alrighty.
So, now we're back in control. Lenkman's going to do his thing.
Arr. course.
This is important. We have to type get up, move around, punch Lenkman. We try to do something physical as early as possible.
Okay.
And that will make things worse. And now we will gradually get worse and worse as the scene goes on.
So you gotta try and die before he finishes.
Yes! That's the puzzle. And I've quite a nicely designed one, if I do say so myself.
Crank it.
Yeah. So if we talk to Lenkman while he's doing a ritual, he'll fill in quite a bit about the mythos.
Fluff.
Yeah. So the ritual consists of the conflux of 3 blessed agonies. The blessed agonies are the blessed agony of the mind, the blessed agony of the body, and the blessed agony of the soul.
Are you the body?
Yes, because we've been stabbed and in massive pain.
Okay, and maybe Lenkman's the soul?
Okay, well now we're going to explain it. Ah, yeah, Lenkman's... I didn't need to explain quite so thoroughly. Lenkman's happy to do it for us. So that's the 3... 3 parts of the soul. 3 parts of agony. Basic agony of the body.
Okay.
What it is that, like, the blessed agony... Well, actually, maybe he'll fill us in a bit more. Yes. Oh no, he'll ask about the order.
Yes.
That's a warning sign. You use the word cult as if it were bad.
Yeah. Uh-oh. I'm gonna hear a bunch of weird shit, aren't I?
Only through pain can a man be purified.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Deedly. Okay, so,
So the
get up.
blessed agony of the body is just physical pain, like physical trauma. Blessed agony of the mind is, well, there's 3. Boredom, fear, and madness. And
Boredom. Imagine being in the boredom dimension.
well, it can be pretty agonizing to be in an empty room with nothing to do for hours on end. You go insane. So boredom, fear, and madness are the agonies of the mind, and the agony of the soul is the loss of love, the loss of something upon which you depend. So actually that was a theme running through the game, because that's what Freehorn suffered. When he knew the name of the king.
So is this like...
So Siobhan, like Lenkman was saying that Siobhan would just have to suffice. She's not perfect. She doesn't love Trilby. She's fascinated by him, but she doesn't love him. She'll just have to do.
I like the idea that can happen. It's like, hey, sorry, like, you got like a bad mobile connection. Like, sorry I summoned you with like sort of adequate shit. No, it's fine, it's fine. I'm here now. It's okay.
That was like a theme that ran through Discworld a lot. They kept they had this like ritual for summoning death in the novels, and they kept sort of simplifying it. They used to involve like a big ritual with candles and sacrifice, but then they discovered they could do it with 3 bits of wood and some blood. And then later on they discovered they could also do it with 2 bits of wood and an egg. And they just kept refining it. I love that idea of like the wizard as the magical researcher. Just see how efficient we can make this.
What was Death's opinion on
Oh
that?
shit! Hang on. Arse 2. I have several arses.
Cheeks 1. Several asses, 1 cheek.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so that was...
So we fucked up there.
Was it a good idea to save?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we'd like moved earlier, we got that piece of text saying it seemed like my stubble will was the only thing keeping me alive.
Die.
So we die. Now if we type anything, it says it hurts.
Are we gonna see the space faces?
The what?
No, Daddy, no! That sounded pleasant. Splurge.
No, it didn't. That sounded quite traumatic, actually.
CPR.
This is an extra scene I added for the special edition, which sort of like sets up the next game.
Oh, okay.
There's this mysterious figure standing over us.
It is the Buddha. Oh, settle down there, Shaolin monk.
Yeah, Trilby's just sort of resigned himself after he commanded himself to die there. Yeah, we've been prophesized, of course.
It's just the most special person in the universe. None succeeded, and you're a colossal puss fag, so what chance do you have?
Don't get philosophical at me. The future demands that we live.
Come back, laser. Beep.
Now don't get all logical on us, Mr. Spock.
Okay, what are you? Fucking spirit or time or physics?
Yeah, this is setting up the sort of liquid temporal physics that will start getting messing around with in the next game.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about, like, sort of, I suppose, I think about consuming shadow.
Boom, 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 boom. Look how unrefined we're looking, with our tie off and our hat skeweth.
My beady little eyes.
CPR probably couldn't fix a stab wound, which is the hint that maybe we were saved by something besides that.
Well, CPR is for when your blood's not pumping. Stab wounds mean your blood's not in you.
Yeah, well, yes.
CPR would probably just make that actually a lot worse.
So if you call an ambulance to the haunted hotel we can't leave...
But is it haunted now? Is that ended?
No, the reality shift is over.
Oh, there you go.
So don't touch the idol, but we need to bring it with us.
And Shabadoo's gone. He's gone back to his dimension to just chill out for the next time.
Or has he?
Oh.
Trilby looking serious.
Yeah, those are the sensible disappearances.
Yeah.
The tall man I don't think was ever really there is...
Siobhan, who I have no feelings for whatsoever because I'm a fucking robot.
She tried to touch my no-no area and I kicked her in the face. She's a bad person.
Yeah, he's using the idol as a desk ornament for now.
Yeah, why not? You know, just have it there. Sure, it's fine.
Yeah, like fill in that plot hole a bit. Yeah, so we're fated to guide the statuette to its destiny of being destroyed to open the bridge. And, of course, the next time we see the idol, it's in space! Yeah, this is where we establish that we can't just burn it. Aha! More retconning. He didn't destroy it just so the evil wouldn't be spread around like that. He just knew that if he destroyed it, it would fulfill the prophecy.
See, that's a clever trick. Because, I mean, obviously, your first thought's destroy the idol.
Yeah, but now we can't. Because we've seen too much to start getting skeptical about prophecies all of a sudden.
Like a broken pipe leaks water. Fucking stellar.
Just call me the master of simile. So now the only other option is to hide it, but where to hide such a thing and ensure that it is never found again by human hands?
Meanwhile, on the TV, there's another space launch going on.
29th of July. We survived.
Huzzah.
Still signing our name with a hat like a dick.
Like a giant fucking dick. Hello, my name is not Trilby. Here, let me sign this check I've given you.
Well,
I'm not a cat burglar.
Well, we're not Trilby anymore.
What's that? Control pad, brothers?
It's not a control pad. Stop saying that. Yeah, he's holding Trilby's waistcoat in his left hand.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
And now some more shit. And a big good look at the guy we've been running around this whole time.
What the fuck is that weapon exactly? Like, is it just like 3 bits? Is that like a quad axe?
Yeah, it's a 4-bladed scythe sort of thing. Not really a scythe though, because the blade is on the sharp edge is on the outside.
It's his scary umbrella.
Scythes have sharp blades on the inside because they're for mowing lawns.
They're actually really good at that.
That's why they're very inefficient weapons. Scythes.
I've actually used a scythe to mow the lawn in the backyard, and it is ridiculously good. It is way better than a fucking lawnmower.
So there's this figure in these religious texts called the Arrogant Man, who was Cabadath, who tried to summon the king, who is Chzo, and not Elvis. And so the king captured the Arrogant Man.
By his bum.
Not by his bum. The tentacle was very clearly wrapped around his ankles. I don't know what the hell you were saying.
That did not look like ankles. It looked like it grabbed his bum.
So the Arrogant Man came to the house of the king, and the king filled his heart with the love of the king.
And gave him a scary umbrella.
In other words, he tortured him brutally for years and years and years and years.
And to think I hesitated.
And there's Lankman, looking all evil and shit.
With a bloody knife.
Should probably have suspected him earlier.
Well, I kind of did, only because he was one of the only other characters in the game.
Yeah. But
like, someone had to be doing something.
The Arrogant Man became the prince, and he knew the name of the king. Yeah, I wrote a whole bunch of like accompanying religious texts for this series. So I released some of it with special editions as like document files.
You like your fluff text.
And now...
Holy shit, look at Trilby.
End credits music. Conceived, written, designed, and programmed by me, and no one else.
I love how you had to have conceived in there.
What? That's what the word means.
I need more titles!
I made it up. Well, you have to be clear that I made all this shit.
Everything except Mark's soundtrack.
And the AGS engine. And there's Abed looking at his mannequin head.
I'm sad now. How could I get my dick in this?
There's Siobhan looking sexy.
In her sandals. Love a girl in sandals.
Oh yes, and Rushi MSX used to host like the builds of the game for me. Thanks, Rushi MSX.
PC gamer.
Nate Red Cloud hosts my website still.
To this day, as it has been foretold.
There's Trilby looking not stabbed, looking like the paranormal detective he is now, with a sidelong look, because he's suspicious about something.
Thinking. He's using his thoughts.
And that was Trilby's notes.
He's braining his way to victory.
Are you really intrigued now to see where this series leads?
I don't know, like... It's probably that thing of, you know, trying to take what was an interesting small-scale story and then, like, sort of expand it out into some vast globe-spanning, you know, universe-ending monster thing that is, I don't know, I kind of detach from it a little bit. I mean, I like...
Well, at least it's not setting up that John Defoe is trying to destroy the world. That would be dumb.
He's just got awesome retard powers.
Instead it was the power behind everything that was there from the start but you didn't know.
It wasn't...
But do you remember the start of 5 Days when you come out of the room and you're wearing your mask that covers your whole face and you meet AJ and he's suddenly really terrified and runs away? Perhaps he saw the tall man as well.
Okay. So I can start sort of... This gives me the seeds with which I can grow a garden of headcanon that helps fill in the bits and pieces.
Yes. So, what did you think of this game in itself?
In and of itself...
I think it suffers from wordiness, we established that.
Yeah, that's... I think we'll just go for a general issue. Shifting... I think the shifting between dimensions could have had a little... You know, the idea of it just kind of happening after you go through a few times. I mean, was there any danger? Like, were the bits that you didn't show me, like, did anything happen if I was in the negative dimension too long, or...
No, it showed you all the deaths in the game.
See, See, I don't know. I just think the randomness of it, like, just, well, not randomness, but just like every now and then it's like, oh, you're in the scary dimension now. So it's like,
possible for scary, sudden things to happen. Blah.
Blah.
But like I said, maybe you'd have gotten a bit more effect if you played it without knowing anything and were just sort of wandering lost around, hoping not to die.
I suppose that's possible. If I was actually, like, confused about what was going to happen, like, you know, what I had to do next, and I was just pondering around. But again, like, there's no inherent threat. So.
Well, no, but I think you can bring across an atmosphere without necessarily establishing threat.
Maybe if you had like a rare sort of a rare drop of bumping into Cadbury.
Cadbury. That's the chocolate.
Cabodash. Haberdashery. I don't know, it feels like this was a game that was made when you'd sort of finally decided it was going to be like a much bigger thing. So it felt it was sort of more of a lead into something larger.
Well,
so I'd be more interested to see what the next one does.
Well, the larger thing will be the next Ego review. Yeah. 6 Days of Sacrifice.
When did you make that one? When's that game?
Not long after this one.
All right. Is it?
But a few years back now, like before Zero Punctuation.
And I think like the idea of the conversation stuff was interesting, but just very little of it was in the game.
Suppose, yeah, if I did this again, like edit half the narration boxes out, change the conversation system a bit.
Or just have a few more, like maybe have another character, even like the hotel owner or something, just because like if like especially the finding the legs and stuff, like that was just walk around. Like, it felt like there could have been sort of,
yeah, I guess
puzzles.
I guess the puzzles were a bit lacking.
Yeah, that's probably what
I do like quite a bit of the writing. Like, that scene between Matthew and Roderick Defoe is still one of my favourites.
The flashback kind of stuff was cool.
Okay, then. So, next week, more Drown Out, and the week after, 6 Days of Sacrifice. Depending on...
And then the thrilling conclusion to the Chzo Mythos.
I guess this is going to be in 2 episodes. This one.
How long did this go?
Just over 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, actually, it didn't feel that long, so I suppose maybe it held my attention a little harder than I thought.
Well, there you go.
So there we go.
So what's left for the Ego review? It would be 6 Days of Sacrifice, and then probably The Art of Theft after that. And then Poacher.
Getting up into the current era Yahtzee.
Although I thought we might do one week just go over some abandoned builds sometime.
That would actually be quite interesting. I think that would be
if I
just to see the sort of the things Yahtzee rejects.
If I can dredge up a few from somewhere.
Yeah, just maybe ponder through some of your design sort of art, just sort of things that you work on before you get a game going. Maybe even some previews of things that people could could. Well, what might be a good idea? Although is this stuff coming out before?
Well, I wouldn't show anything that I'm actually gonna finish.
Really, not even. I don't mean like a full playthrough like this, but I mean just a sample, a little taster, a little sniff to get the bouquet.
Well, I don't really have much to show for games that are actually coming out, besides Consuming Shadow, of course. Whose trailer's out and it's been announced and it's going to be out very soon, so watch out for it. La-di-da.
Download it.
Wait for the actual version you can buy, which is full.
Oh, so this one's actually getting sold.
Did I not tell you that? Did I not make that clear? Throughout all the testing and stuff?
No.
No,
I thought this was just coming out because every other game you've done, like Poacher as well. Like Poacher's just like, here you go.
Yeah, but then I had a change of philosophy.
And then I realized I like money.
Well, I realized that there's a moral imperative in a capitalistic society to charge for something that you work on.
Well, I think there's also a better method for you to put it out as a commercial product.
Yeah, and people want to support you as a creator. People want to show their support. People keep asking.
Well, I didn't know that. I thought it was just going to be another freeware game. So okay, you'll be able to buy Consuming Shadow. How much is it going to be? $500, $50.
I think we're looking at $10.
I'd actually buy that for $10. I think there's easily $10 worth of
You
gameplay.
heard it here first.
Yeah, there is easily $10 worth of gameplay.
Gabe would buy that for $10.
I'm exceptionally poor, so that's like $10 for me is like food.
And I didn't make him say that.
Yeah,
what a ringing endorsement.
Oh, that's good. That'll be fun then. You got an actual thing you can goddamn sell to people. That'll be...
Yeah, it's fun making money. You should look into it sometime.
So are you gonna develop? Is this on bigger and better things? Bigger and better? Are you gonna maybe put like a little more money? Or
this sentence is just like an avalanche of syllables coming out of your mouth.
Well, like, are you gonna?
Do you want to think and then talk?
Are you gonna get bigger? Is this the plan now that you're making?
I'm resolved not to release games like my serious hobby game projects for free anymore. Mm-hmm. I'm going to continue making solo game projects, but I'm going to sell them on digital distribution networks.
All right. Well, I'm just curious if you're going to, because so far they've all been, probably quite small scale.
Yes.
Are you thinking of maybe putting some of the money into getting more people involved, or are you going to just keep it very kind of like tight little?
I like working by myself. I like working as an auteur. I like not having to answer to anyone.
Answer to myself, damn it.
Anyway, this ending preamble has gone on long enough.
Post-amble.
So, don't have nightmares about tall, skinny guys penetrating people's hearts.
Yahtzee's love poem.
That didn't sound right. Oh, only you can penetrate my heart, Cabadath.
Find him on LinkedIn.
There's a flintlock pistol on the table. Get out to see what bastard is playing our harpsichord. That candle is one of many artful methods I've used to avoid having to animate swinging arms.
And the other one that just doesn't.
See now, Jack recognizes the tall man.
He's the one that convinced him to be gay.
He's not that evil.
Sodomy. Well, I thought that the tall man thing was like a minor, like it was just in the background, but yeah.
No, the tall man's the center of this game.
Yeah.
Got a knack for disguising himself as people just before they get booted the fuck out.
Well, you just gay murdered Wilbur. So, good job there.
Now he's gonna talk his way to death. Or not.
Or... They really did rip you off with that Slender Man.
Man, I know, right?
Thieves. But I suppose, how much of this did you steal? So, creativity is just one long cycle of theft.
Well, to be honest with you, the design for the tall man is quite heavily inspired by the design of a monster from Blood 2: The Chosen. An otherwise fairly shitty game, but the design of this one monster kind of intrigued me.
He does have a pinheady quality to him, and this whole thing kind of has a Clive Barkerish.
I think it was the Zealot. The monster was called a Zealot. It was like this sort of cult leader wizard type guy.
Look that up. What game was it again?
Blood 2: The Chosen.
Blood 2: The Chosen.
Guards and insisted it be smashed up and the wood used for something else.
Of course, the old haunted harpsichord routine.
Well, it's going to go back even further than that. But okay, we're on the harpsichord stage of its existence.
So harpsichords are made of wood, the wood's made of trees. It was a tree people used to get hung from.
He refused to leave until the instrument had been destroyed.
Maybe it was the keys. Maybe someone played a spooky
when
melody.
Pressed for his name, identified himself as Jack Freehorn. Now, we have actually seen the name Freehorn somewhere before. So, yeah, this is a pair of 17th century dandies.
Yeah. In the Flemish.
Yeah.
I like the harpsichord.
It's a nice harpsichord. So now we're an idle, noble's son.
I love like every male character in your things is a disappointment to their dad.
Probably says a lot, doesn't it?
It really does. You and your silly obsession with things I don't understand, video games.
Yeah, we're an idle noble's son who's obsessed with the occult, who's bought a harpsichord because there have been weird stories around it.
It's a spooky harpsichord.
The keys have been carved from centuries-old English oak.
And that's good answer, Dad.
That's not his dad. That's his friend he lives with. And it's his gay lover. It's heavily implied, and that's the case.
Just sigh, what have you bought this time? You know that's my money you're spending.
So 200 years ago, it was part of a wall.
Okay.
The wall of an inn in Wales.
Alright.
Called the Unicorn.
Please draw me. Well, it's where we met. I know your little tricks. Prison Zealot. I'm gonna have a peek. So I'm just gonna look at my phone while Yahtzee...
Okay, so now we know that before the wood was an idol, it was a crate. Before it was a crate, it was a harpsichord. And before it was a harpsichord, it was a wall of an inn in Wales.
The Welsh.
And yes, coincidentally, there's something in the Clanbromwyn Hotel relating to it. Because, you know, it's... and Siobhan's disappeared. Because it's like a, you know, cosmic conflux, July 28th, the date that connects all these things.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Found a zealot?
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. So that's what Slenderman ripped off me, and I ripped off that.
Oh, yeah, pretty much identical, except he's got like a sort of crescent moon sickle.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, well, it's still like sort of a trademark staff weapon. Tall Man's got his own trademark staff weapon thing. So the victim 3 was Jack Freehorn, and his name is actually mentioned as Freehorn in the books.
Yeah.
Because Freehorn is a significant figure, because he devoted himself to the Tall Man at that point.
So he became like an acolyte.
He founded something called the Order of Blessed Agonies, and we'll be hearing more of that later in the series.
Travelers in the realms of experience.
We have such sights to show you and all that. So, yes.
We have such gift shops to take you to see.
Now we have to find something relating to the Unicorn Inn. It was in the antique room.
That is something I'd love to see. Like, you do this to me all the time. I'm going out. I'm done with this. I'm done with this conversation.
He can't go out. He hasn't got his best wig on.
This is his smart casual wig.
So, yeah. Jack Freehorn heard weird occult stories surrounding the Unicorn Inn and managed to find some materials from its original structure in the harpsichord. Strange noises, sudden madness, inexplicable deaths. All that good stuff. And they're all still getting their dandy talk on.
This curiosity for all things ungodly is what keeps us together, Wilbur.
The thing about the world of the Chzo Mythos, it's a world without banisters.
It just didn't get invented.
There was one in 5 Days a Stranger. I just, for some reason, had a blind spot for banisters out this whole game. Oh, the scary harpsichord tune. Now, this is like the connecting melody between a lot of the tracks in the Chzo Mythos that Mark Lovegrove made. And the basis of this melody is the phrase 5 Days a Stranger as a sort of like said in a sort of melodious way. 5 days a stranger, like that.
Okay.
So,
who is Mark? Well, does he do
he was a guy who
stuff
used
for
to hang
game
around.
dev, or just is he?
He was a guy who used to hang around the AGS forums just like I did. He made a lot of music for people's games.
Okay. Does he do anything professionally these days? Might we know his work? Is there something you can promote for him? Hey, check out Mark. He's great.
I'm not sure. I haven't spoken to him in a while. Not sure what he's doing now. Maybe look him up, people.
So you were showing us a death sequence.
Yeah.
Are we getting this again, or are you gonna kick him? Oh, that is fucking great.
Sneaky git.
Autobiographical, that happened to Yahtzee.
Out cold but uninjured, besides the massive bruise on her face where I kicked her with my feet.
What do 2 feet like as well? That was like a kangaroo boot. She's unconscious. She probably has a concussion. Girls don't like concussions.
Well, apparently we haven't done enough permanent damage.
I hope not. I don't know, man. Concussions, that ain't good.
And now we're going to rifle through her possessions. Tee-hee.
That's fucking...
Well, I've always established Trilby as a sort of amoral character. I mean, he's haunted, but that doesn't mean he's less of a dick sometimes.
Understand.
He's now sort of gained some perspective, and he's no longer like a self-righteous, robbing the rich kind of guy, but he is still kind of ruthless. That's his character.
Yeah, he's fucking ruthless. He just kicked a woman in the face.
Well, he didn't know it was...
Probably just trying to...
Yeah, read aloud, like a twat. Maybe she'll wake up and find you rifling through her possessions.
This'll calm her down. You leave a note, sorry I accidentally kicked you in the face. Because I've accidentally elbowed girls like rolling around in bed before, and that, you have to apologize a lot.
Yeah. Well, I guess it'll be wasted on her now.
Yeah.
She's unconscious.
I mean, I've never accidentally knocked a girl out, though.
Okay, the bizarre story surrounding the crate. Bloody, bloody, blah.
Okay, so it's the crate.
A strange young man brought an expensive-looking harpsichord to the dock